New this afternoon, racial justice advocates held a news conference today to urge state lawmakers not to repeal or require background check for handgun purchases.
They say it's a matter of public safety in communities that are already suffering from gun violence. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie joins us live from the state legislative building. And Laura, something at the state level took center stage today.
It did. Republicans in the Senate, state Senate, I should say, last week voted to repeal a law that requires you to get a permit to purchase a handgun. Well, the NAACP, the NC Black Alliance, and other groups today spoke out against that idea, asking House lawmakers to reject it. North Carolina law requires anyone who wants to buy a handgun to get a pistol purchase permit from their local sheriff, who does a background check before issuing one. Republicans who want to repeal that law say it's racist because it was put in place more than a century ago as a Jim Crow law to keep guns out of the hands of newly freed black citizens. Chester Williams says that argument is disingenuous. He's with the nonprofit A Better Chance, A Better Community. He said his rural community in northeastern North Carolina has been disproportionately impacted by gun violence. He says repealing the permit requirement would make it worse.
This act is a disregard to community safety and has nothing to do with racial equity. I'm appalled that there are lawmakers using this rhetoric to say otherwise.
According to state data, black North Carolinians are 5 times more likely than white North Carolinians to be the victim of homicide. They made up less than a quarter of the state's population in 2018, yet they represented 2/3 of all murder victims. Marcus Bass is with the NC Black Alliance.
There's no research to talk about the disparity that any type of law enforcing the regulation of gun has on any community. But there's plenty of evidence that shows us the impact that guns have, particularly on communities of color.
Sharon Robinson lost her son to gun violence, a robbery in a convenience store where he was shopping. She implored lawmakers not to weaken the state's gun laws any further.
It doesn't just affect people of color, even though we are a vast majority. It affects us all, and we really got to do something.
Now, supporters of repeal say, most handgun sales will still have to go through a federal background check if they go through a dealer. However, private sales that do not involve a dealer would have no background check at all if this permit is repealed. Senate Republicans were not available today to respond on camera, but they did point out that the National African American Gun Association is in favor of repeal.
We'll keep watching that for us. Laura Leslie reporting live. Thank you, Laura.